Hey everybody, great to have you back here in the fish tank. Today we're going to go through our monthly look at the Minion Masters financials. Now we're doing that because the devs have said the game will continue for as long as it makes money. So we know how much it costs and we know how much the game has been making. So the devs have done something which I haven't seen any other devs do, where they've given out an actual spreadsheet of their monthly figures regarding the game, and we can see how the game is doing. So let's dive in and have a look at that. Right, so I'll put a link in the description for this spreadsheet so you can check that out. So really what we're looking at is the costs versus the income. Obviously we've got the different months going along at the top, and you can see here the costs for July 3,196, and the income for July is 9,726, meaning that we have a profit of 6,500 for July. And the devs have said that any money that the game makes over and above what it costs each month will be banked into a pot that can be used if the game becomes unprofitable. So at the end of July, we had a banked revenue of $54,000. So not going too bad, but let's have a look at the latest figures that have just been added. So here we just slide across and we see the figures for August. Now the slightly different color one means that that figure is not locked in. So again, let's have a look here. So the costs will be the same, 3,196. The income's gone down a little bit, down to 7,391. And the profit, of course, has gone down a little bit to just over 4,000. But that's added to our banked revenue, which we're up to $58,000 of banked revenue. So these are the figures up to the end of August. So what does that mean? The game is still profitable. It's still making over twice what it costs. So that's positive. We have seen a bit of a downturn in the last month though. So maybe that signifies something that's changing. Who knows? We know that there's no extra sort of content being added to the game, which is, you know, stifling the existing players wanting to spend money on the game. So we've done this before where we had a little bit of a forecast based on the data we've had, because we've got, you know, quite a lot of data here now. So what I did is I just put the data into Grok, the XAI, and asked it to do its best projection as possible. So what it's saying here is for the period of September 2025 till January 2030, the game will remain profitable. Remember, this is just a forecast based on the figures. So it's going to be profitable until January 2030. And then moving on from that, that's when we can start dipping into the banked revenue. So here we can see from February 2030 to November 2035, that's where the game becomes unprofitable, and of course the maximum it's going to lose each month is the maximum cost, which is about $3,200. And then the key figure here is running out of money December 2035. So the game is in a reasonable situation at the moment from the financial point of view. It's currently profitable. It's still earning twice as much as it needs to make to continue, and we have this big pot banked up. Now, of course, we've had some discussions about should this banked revenue just be left for the future, or should it be dipped into now to try to maybe add some features, maybe fix some bugs, or maybe add some new content. Of course, let me know in the description if you've got any ideas what you think the money should be used for. Do you think it should be held on and just used to pay the costs in the future, or do you think it should be used to try to just make something of the game now, try to inject some excitement, some new content, some improvement, I don't know, maybe even some advertising, don't know. But yeah, so the game is in a good spot. As always, if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Minion Masters. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up and drop a comment saying, hey, my name's Bad as a Fish, and as always, this is an awkward wave.